We were hoping that we could just switch games, but we cannot.
So Annalyse is actually playing some Overwatch now.
Yes.
And I'm gonna just chill out and watch and eat snacks.
You do that. Let's see. I'm going to start. Yes. Yes. I'm going to start by turning down the master volume.
Oh, that's good.
Are you sure you want to reset all video settings? No, I do not. There we go. Nope. Why are you doing that? Nope. Why is this happening? There we go. Alright, let's turn that way down. Must you crinkle? You crinkles. Okay. Hopefully that should be a bit better. Just make sure that's saved. Is this not coming? Okay, there we go. No. There we go. Alright. All set. Play. Let's see. I'll do a quick play. I'll do Flexi. Hopefully the load time isn't too long. That's the only thing about streaming. Please don't get Cheeto dust on my blanket. And get the Cheeto dust. Yes, I'm outing you for eating Cheetos.
How dare you?
You have been ousted. Hi, John. Sorry the stream crashed. I've taken over gaming. And I'm outing Michael for eating Cheetos.
How dare you?
I know, the nerve. Let me know if the volume is too loud. And let it be known that...
Hi, I'm Michael, and I eat Cheetos. Hi, Michael.
Not even a little bit. Just find it really fun. But I am going to turn down the volume a little bit more. It will let me. Master volume. There we go.
Like 30, that's fine.
There we go. Alright. Yes, let it be known. I am not good at this. Not even a little bit. But it's fun. Look, they made him a robot. He's so cute.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, there's also a really creepy cabaret singer in this one.
A robot cabaret singer?
I don't like her.
She's just like one of the Iron Men.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. You're on comments now.
I'm on comments. John says, I must confess I've never eaten a Cheeto. Guess I'm too classy. Yeah, likely. I'm not a classy man.
You can be when you want to be. That's the fun.
I'm glad you think so.
I do. Die! Die! Die. And in we go. Oh, I should have waited until my shield's regenerated.
This game has a similar kind of... So you feel like you can't keep up with writing.
Yes.
I feel like I can't keep up with this.
Okay, alright.
This is just insane to me.
Oh, there we go. A lot of people, when you start playing this game, it's basically a dying simulator.
It's a dying simulator, guys. That's alright, you just pew pew. Just get through. Just pew pew, that's fine.
I think after this I might go into arcade mode so I can try to play an attack hero.
I will say I quite like all the cars and kind of magnetic rotating
Yes.
wheels and stuff.
The maps are cool in this game.
John says, all that
Could
money
you
my
not?
parents spent on my education, I have 0 Cheetos even to show for it. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
really,
how I feel with certain things.
what are they even teaching in schools these days?
Clearly not Cheeto. Not appreciations for Cheetos.
Clearly.
You know, they're barely teaching any art or music anymore. They keep cutting funding for the arts. But I don't see that money going into
Cheeto
the finest
consumption.
culinary experience man can have, which is eating Cheetos whilst watching Let's Play games.
There we go. Oh, yay, power. Die. Die. Nope. Die. Haha, I knocked him off the map. It's fine. I don't mind dying if I knocked him off the map. I don't really like playing tanks, but I didn't want to wait too long.
All that time learning Latin verbs when I could have been consuming carcinogenic snacks.
Hey.
Carcinogenic?
Well, the orange can't be good for you.
No.
But they're still not as nuclear orange as they are in the States. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, will you just die? No, apparently not. Apparently I will. Oh, we're...
All that time going, amatis, amant. I can't remember how that one goes. I can remember bambas bat, barmas bartis bant.
What?
Labarabant. Labarab. That's the imperfect tense. We wisty wit, we must wistis werum. That's how you learn the imperfect tense. Am I right? Did you take Latin?
I did not, so I do not know what you're talking about. I'm just...
So that's like that, you know, all of the cases. So I, you, me, no, what is it? First person, third person, second person, first person plural, second person plural. You too have suffered a Latin class. Now, did you take the Cambridge Latin course? As in, do you know Caecilius est pater?
Oh,
And Quintus and who was it? Rufilla? I forget the other characters in the amazing.
Play of the game.
Store. At the end dies. So it's dramatic. You're translating it. All the translation exercises are like they've got story content in them. They're kind of brilliant. So it was like shocking cliffhanger episode of the Cambridge Latin course. Oh, I'm.
sorry, can you hear him better now? Try speaking again, Michael.
I will try speaking again. Can you hear me now?
He has been speaking.
What I was just saying is that did you take the Cambridge Latin course textbooks, because those were the ones that had a lot of really good kind of plot and kind of storyline stuff going on. There was a large amount of crackle. Okay.
Why?
I don't know. Oh, it could be.
Hopefully that's a bit better. Testing.
Yeah,
Testing.
let's see how that is. I think also just keeping the mic side away from your clothes might help a bit.
Rubbing against
Oh,
the
something
mic.
was rubbing against the mic. Okay. Sounds
Okay.
better. There we go.
Let us know if it happens again.
Just got to keep that side away from the clothes, I guess.
Let us know if it happens again so we can figure out exactly what it was.
Oh, so are these set in different countries? These?
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to take Latin. I used to really enjoy Latin. I think my teacher used to. My Latin teacher kind of wanted me to carry it on to A level and stuff, but I never did, unfortunately. I was too interested in art and music.
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
Yay.
It's hard to just sit around knowing there's someone out there that needs to be blown up.
Indeed, Junkrat, indeed.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. What? This bomb's for you!
Enough waiting around.
I like how there's just a tire spinning there, loading the little.
Oh yeah.
It's quite. The designs are quite cute.
They are.
7 years of Latin. Wow.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Well, then you must be able to walk around your average British town and just read. Like, if you go to Oxford, you can just read all of Oxford.
I cannot.
There are places where they still actually speak in Latin. So some of the colleges, if they have formal dinner, there will actually be somebody who gives a sort of incantation at the beginning of each. It's a sort of tradition.
Yes, I don't. Ugh. I've been to a formal dinner. I can't remember if it was that formal.
Not all the colleges do it. Some of them are less old-fashioned.
Oof, we are doing
Maybe more of a
poorly.
Cambridge thing than an Oxford thing.
Take it out on that jug. This might be a very short round. Oh, what the? Okay. How did I die that fast? How did I die that fast? This is not going well.
healing stream engaged.
Okay. If you would just die. That'd be swell. Thank you.
You keep bouncing them off the walls,
Yeah.
but like that wall there.
Yeah, you just hold that button. You just hold and spam.
Oh, okay. But you like nearly bombed yourself.
You can't hurt yourself.
Oh.
There's no self damage.
That's good to know.
There used to be a couple of
Yeah, go on.
there used to be a couple of moves in this game that did friendly fire, but they removed it. Oh no, you just die.
I suppose it would be really, really easy then to smash up your own team
Yeah.
quite badly as with a misplaced grenade. John says, I have a good friend who specialises in constructed languages. She translates works into Esperanto. That's amazing. It's a really interesting thing. I'm glad to hear that Esperanto is still going. I always thought I'd always heard that Esperanto was kind of well subscribed by some, but hadn't kept going. Have you heard of Esperanto?
No.
It's a constructed language that was meant to be as easy to learn as possible, so that people from all over the
it's
world
that one. Okay.
could learn it. Just go to an Esperanto camp as a kid. Yeah, that's really interesting.
Wasn't that the one developed by the UN?
It might be, you know.
Because I believe the UN did try to develop a language that would be very easy to universally learn.
I think there have even been a couple of films made in Esperanto, but the language is very, very straightforward. It's very, like, there's no irregular verbs, all of the cases and the tenses and stuff are very, very simple.
Mm-hmm.
I had a teacher tell me about it once. He said that, but it has quite a lot of sort of Latin roots. So, milk is lecton, I think.
Okay.
I think I remember that much. I honestly
I'm not doing that.
can't remember anything else about.
I am not doing that.
So I think it's. I don't know how easy it would be for somebody in an Asian language to learn, but it seems to have a lot of common roots in Latin and Romance languages.
Now,
Ooh, I like this map.
Ooh, very Stargate.
prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Of course, the constructed language that that we hear the most is Klingon.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if Klingon is actually functional. I don't know if you could actually speak in it. Yeah, it heavily favours Latin, Romance language native speakers. Yeah, I thought it was kind of mostly a European thing. Because in a way, there are languages in the world that are almost constructed, because at some point, certainly the written language, like Korean and Japanese, were essentially just constructed. It's like hiragana and katakana; those are constructed alphabets at least.
Yeah.
I think Korean script was invented so it would be easy for people to learn. Shakespeare is translated into Klingon. Oh, nice.
Well, you haven't really heard it until you've
Have
heard
they-
it in the original Klingon.
If you've heard it in the original Klingon. Nice reference.
Thank you. I did not mean to fall off that bridge.
Now I wonder if anybody, because I've seen like people have done Star Wars but in Old English and stuff like that. So I wonder if anybody has done cross-genre stuff. So can you do like the Harry Potter books in Klingon?
Ah, that'd be
Or
interesting.
could you do Lord of the Rings?
I don't see why not.
Surely Lord of the Rings in Elvish has been done.
I would assume.
Harry Potter doesn't have any constructed languages as part of it, does it?
Not to my knowledge.
Unless you count the spells, which aren't really language.
No, and loads of those are rooted in actual languages. I think mostly Latin. Ah. Well, there's parcel tongue, technically, but that's not actually a constructed language.
Yeah, it's more just... Na'vi was a constructed language. They made Na'vi for the
Oh,
Avatar
yeah. Well, that's what a waste of time.
film, even though that was kind of, you know...
Come on, someone...
Double, triple kill.
Yeah, hey!
Well done.
I might have died, but I took a lot of people with me.
You'll probably get to play the game for that.
Mm.
Ah.
Just how I drew it up.
She's attempting to learn Ithquil, a constructed language that is meant to simplify everything, but is so complicated that even the creator... Oh! Alright, I need to...
Now you have to go on to
I
the...
get to stream it.
Oh
Oh,
gosh,
that was
I don't like hearing my own voice.
Even the creator is not fluent. Interesting.
What is this constructed language?
Ithquil.
Ithquil.
I'm looking it up. I haven't seen it.
Curious what it's constructed for. Okay, who's doing that?
Experimental language created by John Guijada. Designed to express deeper levels of human cognition briefly yet overtly and clearly. Oh, okay. It is a cross between an a priori philosophical and logical language. It tries to minimize the vagueness and semantic ambiguity found in natural human languages. Ithquil is notable for its grammatical complexity and extensive phoneme inventory. I mean, it looks like an alien language, look at that.
Oh wow. John said more about it.
Whoa!
Remaining.
Alright, good luck to me reading this. For example, the phrase Tramloi Hasma Tuktoks means, on the contrary, I think it may turn out that this rugged mounted rage trails off at some point.
Okay, what is it? Genuine question, what is the utility of this?
Well, I think that was it. I think it's designed to express... It's designed to get semantic ambiguity reduced. And it's meant to express deeper levels of human cognition briefly and yet overtly. So, okay, do you remember... None whatsoever! I love it. Do you remember in Arrival, there's that concept that the language that you speak determines your cognition? And that's how
Oh,
at the end,
yes.
she learns the language of the aliens, and that changes how she thinks, right?
Yes.
The idea behind that is actually rooted in a real concept in academic linguistics, where cognitively, how you think depends on how you express yourself through language. Because you actually think in that language, and that's why people who are learning a new language sometimes experience a moment that they become very fluent with it is when they start actually thinking in it without speaking it, or you will even start dreaming in it.
Yeah.
That's a moment when you realise you become fluent. So there's very interesting ideas in what the brain is doing whenever it's processing language. I think that's what something like this is attempting to do. But you end up having to say Tramloi Kamkas Mark Protuktox. And I don't know what any of those accents are doing. I'm sure that's doing something. Tramloi. Because the O with an umlaut in German is it's not O, but it's Ö. So U with an umlaut is U. O with an umlaut is Ö. And A with an umlaut is actually E.
Okay.
But it's not an E.
Got it.
It's just a different sound that doesn't exist. It's a different. German has 8 vowels because it's got the 3 with the umlauts.
Got it. I think I processed most of that while also trying to blow people up.
Well done.
Thank you.
Languages are cool though. Languages are really weird, considering that it's just noises we've learned to make with our face
Yeah.
for things that didn't evolve to do that. I mean, that's really crazy if you think about it.
It is.
You're thinking, like, you're literally clicking something that's meant to help you eat against other things that are meant to help you chew food.
And communicating complex thoughts about the meaning of the universe.
I'm saying today or something, and you know what I mean by that.
I'm in a lobby.
I like that you were just throwing chairs around a minute ago.
Waiting to get into a game, so.
Where's the chair gone?
Over there.
I just love it. It'd be really good if you could kill somebody by impaling them with the legs of like a standard school chair.
As someone who's nearly broke my foot under one of those, I'm triggered. Also, I'm not doing this, so the controller is.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hasn't messed up my game yet. I'll just blame every game I lose on.
There you go.
Although in the last game, which we lost, I actually was doing really well, so that's always... This is why I don't like team projects.
But yet this is one of your favourite games.
It is. I don't play it to win.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Whoa! One of the Canary Islands is a valley. On one of the Canary Islands is a valley where people communicated over long distances via whistles. That's amazing. I have to learn about that.
Controller. Okay. That's very cool.
I mean, people learn to... People develop their own dialects.
It's true.
Effectively.
I mean...
People develop their own languages. Like, it often happens, you have that thing, convergence, where if one of you speaks French, and the other one only speaks German or something, you'll actually develop... a kind of hybrid language. It doesn't take very long to do. If you need to do it, the brain will just let you do it.
Yeah.
That's what people do. And that's why languages are always changing. You're just bombing the bin.
I'm throwing away bombs.
Oh.
And when...
What you may.
No. But when they blow up, it makes the top spin.
Capture objective A.
Look at me, member of the IRA,
Shush.
It's
See,
dying out due to mobile phones. Oh.
That's such a shame.
Yeah.
It has such a Nausicaa Valley of the Wind vibe.
Well, it's like one of those... Yeah, it does actually. It's like one of those places in, I don't know, Bhutan or something, where it's almost completely unconnected to any other part of the world, and yet, of course, television has made it there now. And so now they're all running around wearing, like, Iron Man t-shirts and wanting to be American.
I mean, Bhutan is very careful about what, maybe not about what cultural influences make it in, but, what people are allowed in.
Mm.
Don't believe you're actually allowed to go on vacation to Bhutan without a guide.
Mm.
And they have a certain quota of how many tourists can be in Bhutan at one time. It's very difficult,
Well, that
actually.
is an interesting question for the day, isn't it? It's like, do we need something like a prime directive here?
Yeah.
Like, basically, if people want to be left alone, leave them alone.
Yeah.
Don't go messy with them.
Well, climate change has made that a little impossible.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. It's a complicated issue.
Yeah.
There's not a simple answer to it, I don't think.
No, no.
But seriously, what do you do with uncontacted people?
Well, yeah, that's a long-standing story. Well, there was that,
Or with somebody that, you know, a tribe that is, or a country like Bhutan that is contacted, but they don't want to be terribly involved, you know.
well, with uncontacted, there's that very recent story of the missionary. Did you hear that one?
I don't know.
It was a Christian missionary who went to try and preach to an uncontacted tribe, who have been known to kill missionaries that try and go, but he decided to go anyway. And they killed him.
Hey.
And now there's a lot of debate about people wanting to go to get his body, and people saying he kind of, and other people saying he forfeited that right when he contacted an uncontacted tribe, exposing them to massive amounts of disease risk.
Oh god, yeah.
Especially when the fact that they've killed previous missionaries kind of shows that they're not interested.
Yeah. Keeping on trying is not.
And yeah.
Much like the North Sentinelese people. Oh yeah.
What did he say before that?
My mother insisted we all speak Albanian at home, so growing up in Newcastle speaking Albanian was a challenge where I had elocution lessons. Yeah, I bet. I never had elocution lessons, but they were at my school. I think John and I must have gone to a similar kind of school, because elocution lessons were available, and there was this sort of, I don't know how to describe her. Very elegant looking woman, quite uptight looking woman, that would come in once a week, and a certain group of kids would go into a. I was always very curious about it because the kids wouldn't sort of talk about it. I was like, what are they doing in there? What are they up to? It's like a secret club. Why can't I do it? But they'd come out going, ooh, ee, ooh, the really and stuff like that.
Oh god, do people actually say that?
From my belly.
I know. I didn't realize people actually said that.
No, I don't know. It may be. I think it's a good thing. As I say, I never took elocution lessons, but you know, we had kids being taught how to speak.
Yeah, I think we could use that in the States a bit. Okay.
Well, there are you got speech pathologists in the States.
Yes, yes.
That's a really important
I went to
thing.
speech pathology for a couple of years.
Yeah. Because, you know, you need to get kids on a good reading. Well, mine was, so I did not sound like, alright, 10, where you gunning? Where you gunning? I can't do a very good Newcastle, but... Alright, 10, yeah. Alright, where you gunning? Well, actually, not far from here, people will say things like Gert Lush.
What?
Oh, it was Gert Lush.
What are you saying?
It was very nice. That is a Welsh thing that people say in places like Bristol.
Okay.
I had some South Welsh friends at my college. There were quite a lot of Welsh people at my college actually, but they would often say like, "Oh, we went out for food and it was lush. It was so lush."
Lush. Okay, that's
Lush.
the word.
Yeah, but it's not lush the way we say in London. It's Lush.
Lush.
It's a little brighter of a vowel.
Okay.
It's a different sound. Very interesting, actually.
Sounds
These
good.
different regions. And I heard Jonathan Meades has a good documentary on it, actually, about accents and about thick accents. And about how he was, when he went to RADA, he went to Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts in London. Because actually he trained as an actor, Jonathan Meades.
Okay.
They said to him, basically, like, hang on, you'll be a really good character actor someday.
So,
But then one of his teachers met up with him later. He's like, I had no idea that the character you would be playing would be called Jonathan Meades. Because he kind of plays the character as himself. But anyway, he said the first day, the teacher was able to guess everybody's accent to within 100 miles.
jeez.
Because he could tell exactly where they were from based on their accent. And this is at a time, this was in the 70s. This was at a time when, you know, accents were a lot stronger even than they are now, because everyone moves around the country and talks to each other much more. So everything's kind of gotten a bit homogenised.
Yeah.
Is that like a movie set?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's got little aliens and stuff. Oh, that's really cool.
We're in
That's really
Hollywood
cool.
now, so that's the sci-fi set, and then we just came from the Western.
Oh, nice, okay.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's the Western
That's
area.
fun.
Nope, 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 nope. What is Johnson?
Okay, now add an Albanian accent to that. It makes one hard to understand. Albanian just sounds aggressive all the time. So kind of like German then.
Oh, please don't.
I must say, I don't think I've ever heard. I don't think I've ever heard Albanian. I'm gonna have to go and look it up.
I can't. I mean, I feel like I would recognize, or I feel like I've heard it. I just can't call it to mind.
Around here in Reading, the biggest accent we hear is it's going to be either Polish or Eastern European of one sort or another.
Yeah. Although around where we are, there's a sizable African community.
There is, yeah.
Oh, don't play Bastion. No one likes you when you play Bastion.
My brother always liked Lucio.
Yeah, Lucio's a good one. I cannot play him for anything, but it's difficult to be a good Lucio.
Yeah, accents are funny. I think I used to have more of a northern accent than I do now. Because I remember a friend of mine in America kind of clocked me as a northerner because I sound like a southerner, except that
You do.
there were certain words that I would say that would sound a bit northern, like stuff. I'd say stuff, not stuff, which is how a Londoner would say it.
60 seconds remaining.
Oh, don't. Again, no one likes you, Bastion.
I have noticed that some of my pronunciations of things are quite regional. Like, for example, I don't say neutral with an L.
What do
I
you
very
say?
often say neutral, but in which case I'm forming the L sound with my lips.
Okay.
Not the tongue. I'm just going neutral with. So I close off the sound of the word with with lips rather than with the tongue. So it just sounds a bit non-Oxfordian. I'll put it that way.
No.
I've been mistaken as as Australian and South African, but never a Geordie. That's very interesting. So my mum has now lived. She's American, but she's now lived in England long enough that you wouldn't say you automatically recognise her as
No.
American.
No.
I've heard her get Irish or even Scottish a few times. People wondered if she's Scottish.
I can tell. You can usually tell that she has at least spent a large amount of time in America, but it's actually difficult to tell which one came 1st. I actually wouldn't guess American first.
Right. Well, she hasn't lived in America for nigh on 40 years now.
Mm.
She's lived only in England. And worked mostly up north as well.
Mm-hmm.
So she's actually picked up certain northern ways of speaking. Just basically so people understand what she's saying, you know.
Alright, I'm gonna do, depending on how long they are, 1 or 2 more rounds. And
Sounds
then I
good.
think I'll call it and go
And then we'll get some dinner.
get some dinner going.
Nice.
I have done decently in a couple of these rounds, but my teams have just been
Yeah.
awful.
Just been a bit unlucky,
It's been going poorly. Maybe I can get in 1 win.
Though my school had its own specific accent that is very nasal, the word toast is pronounced taste. Taste.
Okay, there it is.
Like
like
that,
how-
taste.
It's like, how do you make those?
You want some taste, mate? Would you like some taste? I think the Geordie is one of the hardest accents for me to impersonate. My brother does it really well because he watches loads of football, and football commentators tend to be very regional. So he can do... My accent definitely sounds very southern, but my brother once explained like how he does it. It's like, you have to practice saying no, I don't. And that's how you do it. It's got very hard consonants. That's how people... seriously.
I believe you.
We should watch some Inspector Morse. Kevin Whately was famously Geordie.
There we go.
Traveling to Horizon Luna.
Ooh, very nice spaceship. Looks very Subnautica.
Yes.
They no doubt that the Irish accent is a whole
Nope.
other battle, a whole other thing.
For Christ's sake, controller.
I'm sorry.
It's keeping me from picking Junkrat. It's your controller. Don't tell me to get it fixed. If it was the Switch, I would get it fixed. PS4 is yours.
Well, no, not a Geordie accent, a Harrovian accent, a lot more southern. Okay, so it's from like Harrow, yeah. That's right, because there are quite a few different accents from around that area. It's kind of fascinating how many there are in a fairly close
You can look through the telescope.
region. Gibraltar, you're going to blow up Gibraltar.
It's a telescope.
Looks like a gun.
It's a telescope. I was just looking through it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commence. Capture objective A.
Don't usually do well on this map, so I find this map is difficult when you're on the attacking team.
So one of the how do you do the Irish? Yes, in Northern Ireland, the phrase "you can go now" would be "you can no, you can go nigh, you can go nigh," and in Southern Ireland it would be "you can go now."
Let's
So
see.
the vowels are almost inverted between one another. It's really interesting. I had a friend when I lived in America who was from Tipperary.
Tipperary.
Which Tipperary is right down south. It's quite southern in Ireland. Whereas Jacksepticeye, he's from he's definitely from Éire. You know, he's from middle, kind of smack bang in the middle of Ireland, I think.
Okay.
But then his accent's been very
Commence attack objective.
you know.
Intentionally.
Yeah, like it's almost been Americanized.
Well,
so that he can,
at the beginning-
talk to the internet.
Well, at the beginning of his channel, he was quite embarrassed by his accent.
Right,
So he
right.
tried to have an American accent,
Right.
which was funny because a little while in, he just decided, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna actually speak how I speak. But he had been faking an Americanish accent for so long that people thought he was now faking the Irish accent.
Oh, that's so annoying. You do the thing that you think people want, and then it turns out.
That's a fine how do you do.
everyone thinks you're faking.
Yep.
That's annoying. That's what people say if if you want to do anything creative, you must always be yourself, because if you do something that's not that, then you might get known for doing something that isn't you.
Yep.
And then when you go back to doing something, they're like, "Why did you change? I like that other thing. That isn't really you." It's like, no, it is.
Haha! Sorry. The best thing about Junkrat is when you die, you drop a lot of bombs, and so if someone's standing on you when you die, you take them with you.
Oh. Good. That's
Just
very
how
good.
I drew it up.
I'm claiming this objective.
Nice moon base.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, nice moon base.
Right. Come on, I want to call it after this game, but I would love to win one.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Cool buggy. I like the buggy.
Yeah, the buggy's cool.
Can you drive the rover around the moon?
Unfortunately not.
Ah. No fun.
I'm on the objective. Rally to my
We're doing decent this round.
Mm-hmm.
We got an objective A, now we just have to get objective B.
What's interesting to me about America is that all the accents, there are definitely very, very strong accents, obviously, but they're so spread out
Yeah.
compared to here in England, where they can change just literally the next town over. It's just
Who's behind me? Who's behind me? No, 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 no! Hate sharpshooters. Especially good ones.
Mhm.
I'd rather not.
True, the UK has such a spread of accents for such small players. Yeah. I remember the first time I started to recognise what regional accents sound like in other languages. So when I went to Germany for a language exchange, I met my exchange partner's grandparents, who were from. They had really grown up in, I guess, Schwäbisch, which is sort of the Swabian accent.
Yay!
That's one of the sort of southern regions of Germany. And it was so strong, it sounded like another language to me. And I studied German for 5 years at that point. I was like, how can I not even understand? Oh!
I do like the bird. Everyone hates Bastion, but we all love the bird.
Yeah. I almost couldn't understand it. It was so strong. It's like words were actually different. So like, zwei for two was actually zwei.
Huh. Yeah, I got a card. Alright. I think I'm gonna wrap up this game and then call it, if that's alright with you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Might get some dinner going.
Great. Excellent.
Do you mind ending the stream?
Yeah.
Alright.
My excellent German in Berlin, so spoke German in the Berlin accent. Oh yeah, pronouncing ich as ich. Yeah, they do. Okay, thanks John, thanks Kyle for watching.
Yes, indeed.
See you again probably sometime this week.
I'm sure.
All best. Stay cool out there. Bye bye.